Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay Yadav and today on behalf of GSTN I welcome you all to demonstrate the new functionality called Invoice Management System or IMS. So IMS is basically a new functionality in GST ecosystems that enables the recipient taxpayers to control their inward supplies where he can take actions on the records before finalizing their GSTR-2B, and this way he can control the correct ITC to be availed in their GSTR-2B and subsequently in GSTR-3B. So IMS functionality actually allows the taxpayers to take various kind of actions on the records that has been uploaded by their supplier in their GSTR-1, GSTR-1A or IFF. Why someone is required IMS? So there can be certain scenario where the taxpayer is not sure about the eligibility of ITC, or the ITC is eligible at some later given point of time but not eligible as of now. So in GST system there is no facility to keep those invoice pending and to reject any records in case that is wrongly uploaded by the supplier and does not belong to recipient, or belong to recipient but there are certain kind of errors. So the recipient taxpayers can take actions on those records and can finalize their GSTR-2B accordingly. Third point is like from when the IMS will be applicable to the taxpayers. So IMS will be applicable from October 24 period onwards. That means the GSTR-2B for September 2024 periods that will be generated on 14th of October 2024, that will be generated based on the current logic and there will be no accept reject functionality available in that particular GSTR-2B. Next one is taxpayers को IMS में क्या क्या दिखेगा. तो IMS में सप्लायर टैक्सपेयर ने जो भी रिकॉर्ड्स या इनवॉइसेस जो GSTR-1, GSTR-1A या IFF में अपलोड किए हैं, that will be available for the recipient taxpayer in their IMS. The records coming from ISD taxpayers or belonging to the RCM supplies or records flowing from the ICE gate will not be the part of IMS. They will directly flow to GSTR-2B. All the records that are uploaded by the suppliers and on which no action has been taken, they will be considered as deemed accepted in IMS while the generation of GSTR-2B. तो अगर आपने कोई रिकॉर्ड एक्सेप्ट किया है तो दैट विल बी पार्ट ऑफ योर ITC एट द टाइम ऑफ जनरेटिंग GSTR-2B. रिजेक्टेड रिकॉर्ड्स आपके 2B में दिखेंगे बट वो आपकी ITC का पार्ट नहीं होंगे. पेंडिंग रिकॉर्ड्स हैं वो आपके 2B में के लिए कंसिडर नहीं होंगे अनटिल एंड अनलेस यू टेक एन एक्शंस. सो पेंडिंग रिकॉर्ड्स हैं वो आपके IMS पे ही रहेंगे अनटिल अनलेस यू टेक एन एक्शंस और द प्रिस्क्राइब्ड टाइमलाइन अलाउस एज पर द सेक्शन 16.4. आई विल डेमोन्स्ट्रेट how the functionality will actually behave on GST portal. So I have logged in on the GST portal. Here you can navigate to services, returns and invoice management systems. When you will click on the invoice management system dashboard, the dashboard for the IMS will open. So here you can see two tiles, inward supply and outward supply. So inward supply is simply for the recipient taxpayers and outward supply is for the suppliers taxpayers view any actions taken on the records uploaded by the suppliers. So the outward supply will come later on the GST portal. Right now the inward supply will be available to the taxpayer. So you can click on the view button to go to the inward supply views. So here we are just simply giving you a message that in case no action has been taken on a record, that will be considered as deemed accepted. So here you can see the records belonging to each sections. तो यहाँ पे हमने जितने भी रिकॉर्ड्स हैं वो जैसे आपके GSTR-2B में अलग अलग सेक्शन दिखते हैं, वी हैव सेग्रीगेटेड ऑल रिकॉर्ड बेस्ड ऑन द सेक्शंस टू विच दे बिलोंग्स. सो हेयर यू कैन सी द B2B इनवॉइस सेक्शंस, B2B इनवॉइस अमेंडमेंट एंड सो ऑन. हेयर यू कैन सी द नंबर ऑफ रिकॉर्ड्स. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देयर इज नो एक्शन, एक्सेप्टेड, रिजेक्टेड एंड पेंडिंग. So by default any record saved by the supplier or filed by the supplier will appear under no action tab. In case the recipient taxpayers take any actions, whether he accept, reject or pending, the record will be moved from the no actions to the particular actions tab. So here you can see that there are 6 actions, 6 records on which no action has been taken. Once I take any actions on these kind of record, they will be moved to the corresponding sections. At the bottom you can see that here is the download IMS detail Excel button. So on click of this particular button, you can download all the record available in IMS in Excel format. So they will be downloaded in Excel format. In Excel also they will be segregated based on their sections that you can see here. The third button is the compute GSTR-2B button, but you can see this is disabled as of now. So why we have disabled it? The disables mean that the GSTR-2B has already been generated, or you are accessing this portal before 14th of month, that is the GSTR-2B generation date. So before the 14th of subsequent period, or in case no action has been taken after generating the draft GSTR-2B, this button will be get disabled. In case you take any action on the draft GSTR-2B, this button will be enabled and you will need to recompute your GSTR-2B based on the action that you have taken already. So now we will move to the sections B2B invoices. Here you can see that all the numbers that you can see and the section, those are the hyperlinks. So on click of those number or the sections, you can navigate to the that particular records or that particular sections. So in case I click the number 7, I can see all the 7 rejected record belonging to B2B section. So here there are multiple options provided to the recipient taxpayers, like they are getting it in their GSTR-2B as of now. So here you can see this is the pagination button where you can select the number of record that will appear on your IMS page. This button will allow you to check or uncheck certain kind of columns, and the most important functionality is that we have provided you a filter options also. So in case there are numerous kind of records or multiple records in your IMS, you can filter them based on the various filter that has been provided. So you can filter based on the GSTNs of the supplier, invoice type, status, sources, return filing period, filing status, and so on. So once you apply any filter, the filter record will be shown to you and the rest of record will disappear from the screen, and this will help you take the actions promptly. In case I have to take actions on the multiple record, here the checkbox is given. This will allow the taxpayer to select multiple records. So I will be provided with two kind of options, whether I can select all the records that is appearing in this particular page, or I have also a flexibility to select all the records that are there in the IMS in different pages. So I can select a record or multiple record, and then I can take a bulk action. So in case I want to change my action from rejected to accepted, that I can in bulk. On click of this button, all the selected record, they will be accepted and I can save the actions accordingly. In case I have taken the any actions after generation of GSTR-2B, this button will be enabled, and on click of this button my GSTR-2B will be regenerated. So what actually is happening, that the system will by default generate your GSTR-2B on 14th of subsequent month based on the actions that you have taken already in the IMS. On based of those actions, the draft GSTR-2B will be generated. But the beauty of this functionality is that even after generating of GSTR-2B, you will be able to take further actions on your GSTR-2B. So even after generation of GSTR-2B, in case I want to keep a record pending, or I want to reject a record, or I want to accept a already rejected record, that can be done before filing of GSTR-3B of a particular period. So just keep in mind that all the actions will be allowed till filing of GSTR-3B of that particular period. So in case you have taken the actions and you have not regenerated the GSTR-2B, then at the time of filing of GSTR-3B, the system will force you to regenerate your GSTR-2B so that the correct ITC can flow in the GSTR-3B. So on click of this button, your GSTR-2B will be regenerated and the corrected value will flow in your GSTR-2B, and subsequently the corrected value will also auto populate in GSTR-3B. So in case of regeneration of GSTR-2B, the value will appear in GSTR-2B, the new value will appear in GSTR-2B, and those will also auto populate in your GSTR-3B. In case of successful regeneration of GSTR-3B, the values will appear in GSTR-3B. So that you can see from here, you can access your GSTR-3B from the services return dashboard. Here, as we have generated the GSTR-3B for January periods, the updated GSTR-3B will appear here. So the values will also be updated, and the updated value will also flow to your GSTR-3B. On click of view button, you can view your GSTR-3B. So this is your updated GSTR-3B based on the actions that you have taken in IMS. Here you can see two new buttons in the GSTR-3B. So this button will simply navigate you to the GSTR-3B, and on click of here you can directly navigate to the IMS dashboard. So if we click on this button, this will navigate us to IMS dashboard. If in case any action is required by the recipient taxpayer, again he can take any actions and he can regenerate GSTR-3B anytime till filing of GSTR-3B for that particular period. So this will help the taxpayer, the recipient taxpayer, to correctly avail the ITC. So this was the brief demo of the IMS functionality. In case you want any detailed information, I will request you to please visit the GST portal. So here on the GST portal, under the news and update sections, we have uploaded a detailed manual and the detailed advisory on IMS. So on click of here, you can access the detailed advisory on invoice management systems. Here all the scenarios are mentioned, like how the IMS functionality will behave, what are the various kind of actions that you can take, and what are the key points of IMS that can be seen there. I would request all of you to go through the detailed advisory and the detailed help manual that is posted on the GST portal for a better understanding of the functionality. Once it will be made live on the GST portal, we will again come to you with the detailed webinars on the functionality so that you have a better understanding of the functionality. Till the time, take care and have a good day. Thank you all of you.